Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Andrew. First off, sorry about the lateness. I'm trying to get these out as soon as I possibly can. Thank you. And before going on my spiel, I just had to get this out there. You see the poster over there, right? You see that poster. What would you think when you saw that poster? You would think, oh, it's a 80s sex romp. Porky's made that popular, so you had all these other films. There was a film called Private Lessons, Private School. There was Fraternity Vacation with Stephen Jeffries, who was in the original Fright Night. I think Tim Robbins was in that. There was a whole lot of that kind of stuff. Losing It. I think Tom Cruise was in it. There's a lot of those type of films. No, this is it's an erotic thriller that kind of becomes a slasher movie. Now, I'm not saying it's good, but that poster is very misleading. Holy shit. But before I go on, this was a paid request from Andrew. Thank you for those interested in requesting any type of videos. Random thought streams, movie review, re-review, commentaries, tier list, rankings, whatever the case may be. Feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. For those who sent them, thank you. Now, like I said before, the marketing makes you think it's going to be like a Porky's type of thing. Oh, it's just the horny guy, and this time he's going to deal with the teacher. And Sybil Danning is beautiful in this movie, and she shows her titties more than once, and those are the best parts of the movie, I'll tell you that much. They are the best parts of the film. They were so good, they took this away, and they even fucked this up. So that's how good the titties were. They big. That's, they were on my face right here, and took everything off. So now the rest of the reviews gotta do like this, but thank you, Sybil Danning, I like that. Can't complain about that. So that's the best part of the movie, Sybil Danning's titties. Great, you can watch The Howling 2, and also get Red Brown yelling and screaming and shooting werewolves in the face, and Christopher Lee being a werewolf hunter, because that's the only Howling film I like. But if you do like Sybil Danning's titties and you need to see them in another movie, this is the movie for you. As for the rest of it, it's from the director of Mortuary, which I'm not a fan of that film. Came out the year before this in '83. Bill Paxton is in it. That's the only interest. It's an early Bill Paxton role, but he's not in it a ton. He does have an important role, but he's not in it a whole lot. But that's not a good movie, Mortuary. So I probably would say I like this more than that, but that's not saying much. But yeah, it doesn't seem like that great of a director. Just be spitballing on that. Before I go on the plot of the film, before I get to my thoughts, you have this kid, Eric Brown, which is funny. I try to look up on Wikipedia, and each time I clicked on his name, it just takes me to Mama's Family TV show. That's all it does. Not a filmography, not anything, just clicked on his name, Mama's Family. Which I'm like, I remember Mama's Family. Haven't seen it in like 30 years, but anyway. He was in this film a few years before this, called Private Lessons. I don't think I've ever seen the film, but I've heard of the title. Even the trailer says, from the star, Private Lessons. So I guess it was a big enough hit that they used that for the advertisement. He is this kid in school, and there's this girl who, it was his girlfriend, but no longer. Beautiful lady. I'm like, dude, you should be lucky that this chick wants you. And apparently he dumped her because she wanted to live with him. I'm like, I don't see the issue here, because she's pretty hot, and okay. I'm like, lady, you do better. Because the way the guy looks, he looks kind of like, in any other film, he'd be the nerd. He'd be the guy picked on. Or, I don't know why, he gave somewhat a resemblance to to Casey Shamasco on 3 O'Clock High. I don't know why, although I like that film a lot more. I think Casey Shamasco is a much, much better actor. This guy, I don't know how he is in Private Lessons, but he didn't make that much of an impact to me in this movie. I think this could have been helped by a much better lead, because I don't think this guy can act for shit. A much better lead would have helped this. Not save it, but would have helped. So he has the house for the teacher, the English teacher, Sybil Danning. So yeah, if you want to buy Sybil Danning as an English teacher, sure. And Sybil Danning is beautiful. She was in Playboy. Like I mentioned, she was in The Howling 2. She would later work with Rob Zombie. I think she was in that trailer, Werewolf Women of the SS, which I always thought was a stupid trailer. I think she was in one of the Rob Zombie Halloween films, I think. Anyway, very beautiful in this. She seduces him. First off, hey, why don't you help clean my yacht? So it's a teacher who married this rich guy, played by Andrew Prine, who I liked as an actor. May he rest in peace. He was in Grizzly, which is a film I do like. It is a Jaws ripoff, absolutely, but I have fun with that movie. I do like Grizzly. He was the... I don't know what you call... He was the... There's the lead guy who's the cop. There's Richard Jaco, who's kind of like the... I guess, would you call him like the twint of the group, I guess, maybe? Anyway. He is the husband of Sybil Danning. But Sybil Danning seduces the kid. They have sex. You do get to see the titties. And they have sex. You get to see them a decent amount of time, too, which is cool. It's not like a quick 2-second, they're gone. One thing leads to another. She says, I have a favor. Andrew Prine's mom and grandma are in this house. We want you to scare them out of the house. The whole deal is what they want is for the mom and grandma to get to a certain frame of mind and put them in a retirement home because they want to inherit the fortune. Which doesn't make Sybil Danning the nicest person. I'm just saying, that's a bit of a... In a lot of movies, that's the heel, that's the villain to do stuff like that. But this kid goes along with it because he got a dick. And, I mean, granted, with Sybil Danning, you have sex with her and you see those titties, I mean, maybe I'd be down for it. I might be, go to the dark side as well. I don't know. The dark side of them tits casts a big shadow. But what a wonderful shadow it would be, So he does it, or he tries, but the dog is barking. He escapes. They try to shoot him. And then the two women get killed. And then the rest of the movie is they're missing. The kid's wondering what's going on. Andrew Prine's thinking, did you murder them? And it becomes of who's the killer, who's not the killer. Is it Sybil Danning? Is it Andrew Prine? Is it this one guy named George? Is it someone else? And then the body count slowly rises. Not a big body count, but like I said, about halfway through, it becomes a bit of a slasher. Which I'll get more into spoilers. But it's very weird. It's not what I expected. The music... Some people may like the songs in this, but the songs... I don't like to use the word cheesy, because I think it's an overused term. These songs would be labeled cheesy. Like the opening song is like a girl trying to sound like Tina Turner. I mean, some may like the song, and there's an 80s flavor that'd be kind of catchy, but whatever, listen to this on my own? No. But it definitely has, if you're looking for that cheesy 80s charm, I think it could win some people over. Oh yeah, his friends. The lead guy's friends. So he has his roommate nicknamed Bird. And then one of his buddies is Dominic Braja. Some may know him as the kid in Friday the 13th Part 5 who had the chocolate bar, the fat ass that got killed by the guy with the axe, who to me is the hero of the movie. I know him as the guy that raped Corey Haim. That's the piece of shit who did it. That Corey Feldman was friends with long after he even knew that happened, and kept being friends with him, even hired him on stuff, and Corey Haim knew and was pissed. And I remember hearing a story that Corey Haim shoved Corey Feldman against the wall and going, why the hell is he doing, what is he doing here? The only time Corey Feldman was excommunicado was after the guy died, and so he named it in that documentary because the guy's dead. But when he was alive, Corey Feldman didn't say crap. But now that Corey Haim and Dominic Brazier are dead, now Corey Feldman can say that. Oh, I'm a video. So that really just... Granted, the filmmakers, they would not know this. Because I don't even know if it would have happened. I can't remember what year Lucas was. Or what year it happened. I can't remember what year it happened with Corey Haim, but I don't think that was like public knowledge. It wasn't. So at this time, no one would have known. So I can't blame the film. But why'd you cast that guy? So it's not the movie's fault, but it's just every time I saw him, I just wanted to punch the fucking screen. And sadly, he does not die in the movie. At least Friday the 13th Part 5, he died in the movie. Here, he doesn't die, sadly. It seems like he's going to, but he doesn't, and that should give the movie an F for that alone. But the first hour and change, the first half of the movie was really boring, unless you look at Sybil Danning's titties. But it's just him, the lead guy, being more stupid. Showcases bad acting, doing stupid things for pussy. I mean, I know we all do dumb things for pussy, but this guy does even worse. When he tries to scare the mom, the grandma, he like falls into some armor, and then the dog's barking, and then he's wearing like a motorcycle helmet, and they shoo him away with a gun. Didn't go into spoilers, because I don't know how else to do this, so spoilers. When the two women get killed, one gets shot, like in the chest and kind of in the face. You see a little bit of blood splat on the face. The grandma got shot in the back of the head. Like you see a squib. I'm like, okay. Hey, if you want to see grandma shot in the back of the head, this is your movie too. And then it goes into... The lead thinks it's Andrew Prine and tries to find evidence of that. Tries to convince Sybil Danning. Sybil Danning doesn't believe it. The lead guy's ex-girlfriend says, I have pictures of you and the teacher. I'm going to show them, but she doesn't show them because she still likes the lead, although I don't know why. There's so many people you do better, lady. You do a lot fucking better than this guy. Why should I give a shit about this lead? I think he treats the ex-girlfriend like shit. The character seems like a dweeb. I don't know what Sybil Danning sees in him, because eventually she does fall for him. At first he was using him as a means to an end, but then they fall for each other. I get why he falls for Sybil Danning. I don't get the other way around. That's just me. And you did a second sex scene, but you don't see anything, just some humping for like 30 seconds. There is a third sex scene. You do get to see a lot more of the naked body, which is nice. Tits, ass, all that. That's nice. And again, this is around the time it starts becoming a slasher, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, I didn't expect that. Because, heavy spoilers, the ex-girlfriend goes to this house to try to find info, and there's a killer. I don't remember why he's wearing a Santa Claus outfit and kills her with a baseball bat. But it's more like he's going, ugh. And like the sound effects are very loud. So they, boom, boom, like going like that motion, like that fast. And the bat's like, you know. So it's not intense scary or anything. So it more than likely will make you laugh more than scared. So the ex-girlfriend dies from a baseball bat to the head, and kind of do it as slow as careful as possible. The friends stop by to find that girl. They quit for like 30 seconds because the one guy needs to take a piss, and then they leave. So sadly they don't get killed. Because Diamond Browser was there, and there you go. Andrew Prine starts suspecting that Sybil Danning and the lead are having sex. And they do have sex again. Andrew Prine is ready to kill, but doesn't fire his gun, and instead he gets stabbed in the back by the killer. He turns and gets stabbed in the front with a knife. Then it's the lead and Sybil Danning, and they're trying to figure out what's going on, and they chase after the killer, and they go back to the house, and there's this guy George who is the cousin of, I think the cousin of Andrew Prine's mom. You come to find out that that guy George and Prine's mom, the cousins, they were kissing cousins, had sex, and had an illegitimate son, and that was the secret they were trying to hide. And the son was in Switzerland and came back here. And there's this fortune, like I said before, that people want to inherit. So this kid has Huntington's chorea that I'd never heard of before, but it's a real thing. Here it says it's terminal, and it deals with paranoia. And so this guy, he's paranoid. You want to kill me because you want the inheritance for yourself. So that guy kills George with a machete to the neck, but more like it kind of hits here, but then it just slides off. It's like he's wiped blood on his neck. It didn't like go into the neck. There's no like special effect. It kind of like It's like I'm gonna wipe. Let me wipe this off on your neck. Jeez, that's what it seemed like. If I put blood on this, or if I put food coloring, and I did this, that's as intense as it is. So that's what I mean. So machete to the neck, kinda. And the two leads, they look around the house. I just see some people maybe enjoying this in like a so bad as dub movie. Because they go into her room and the fucking dog, the poodle, is tied up and like gagged. Like he's tied up with rope and there's like a gag in his mouth. I'm like, as long as the animal wasn't hurt. If he wasn't, then I'm laughing because it's like, it's a silly image. Silly. And also, like, they find the lead guy's ex-girlfriend and he has no reaction. He's like, he's looking, and granted, both of them should have seen it as soon as they enter the room, but it's like, they don't see it, and then, oh. But when he sees it, he's like, and then goes along. Like, no reaction. I'm like, wow, what a shitty. You suck. Talk about the character. I mean, the acting sucks too, but you suck. Awful lead character. A much better lead character. A much better actor. I mean, if you had like a Josh Brolin, because he did the Goonies after this, but if you had like a Josh Brolin, if you had like a Johnny Depp, if you had like a James Spader, like these are guys, you know, in their early days. There's a lot of people, man. Even like I don't know, whoever be appropriate age-wise. There's a lot of people you could have gotten for this, man. that would have been better than this guy. So after they find the dog barks, they find a door, they go up to the attic, and they find all these weird paintings. They find this information of the killer, they find all these weird paintings that the killer did, and like a cross, like names that he's crossed out. There's a big gigantic attic. For some reason, the killer locked the door on them in the attic. I don't know why the killer locked the door. Just when he locked the door, I'm like, okay, is he going to try to light the house on fire? Is he going to try to do something to kill them a different way? No, he just locks the door so they can't get out. So they walk back up, and then the killer opens the door. Oh, by the way, when they go down to open the door and it's locked, the killer starts talking like fucking Elmo. I guess he's supposed to be like talking like a baby, but he sounds like Elmo. Elmo likes... I can't do Elmo's voice, but you know Elmo's voice. He sounds like fucking Elmo. Again, I guess he's trying to do like a baby voice. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? What movie am I playing? They're playing with shit, apparently. Although it's still better than playing with fire with John Cena. It's still better than that movie. But what the fuck is this movie? That's what some people may get a kick out of, like some of that 80s stuff. I usually do, because I love the 80s. This one, though, I just think the first half is too boring, and the second half, I mean, you've seen a ton of better slasher films. It's not that gory. When there's a little bit, the deaths are not done that well. Unless, oh yeah, I'm gonna wipe, here's a machete, but I'm gonna just wipe it on your neck. Like, that's as intense. Baseball bat, slowly, It's just, fucking... And then it's anticlimactic. Because like I said, he locks the door on them for some reason. Then he starts talking like Elmo. They go upstairs. He opens the door. Clear giveaway. Because they turn and the lead guy just shoots him in the chest. No fight. No battle. No foot chase. Just turns, shoots him in the chest. And then, you know, Sybil Danning checks on him. You know what's going to happen. There'll be one last scare. But it's so predictable. His hand goes up to her neck. The lead shoots the guy again. They take off the mask. And you find out it's actually the lead guy's roommate. Nicknamed Bird. Which we only see like 3 times in the movie. So you may forget about him. You may be like, who the hell's that? Because the lead guy does say Bird. But you may be like, who the fuck's Bird? It's the word. That's what it is. Bird's the word. But no, Bird wasn't the word. It was just the killer here. So he was the illegitimate son from, I guess, Switzerland that came in. And there was a scene where he was like popping pills. So I guess that was supposed to be like his medicine and stuff. So I don't know. I wasn't thinking to look for, because I didn't know it turned to a fucking slasher film. A lousy one, a lame one. And that's why at the end of the day, for me, this was just lame. But, I mean, I don't know why the poster is so misleading. Like, again, it makes you think it's going to be like a... But yeah, it's probably because they got the actor, and they're like, hey... he was in this other such ROM. Let's sell it like that, and maybe give people surprise. You know, I guess, I don't know. But the end, it just came off as anticlimactic. Did no big battle, no chase, no nothing. And then at the end, Sybil Danning has this red fast car for the lead, and I'm going to take you, we're going to go to Hawaii, and the two of them, the poodle, the dog, go to Hawaii, and that's the end of the movie. So, yeah, that ex-girlfriend of yours died, and then this guy who was your roommate died. But I guess, you know, it's all fine and dandy. You got the money, because Sybil Danning got the inheritance. And she wants you for some fucking reason. So now you got a red fast car, you got Sybil Danning in her titties, and you're going to Hawaii, and if she wants to deal with you, you're rich, bitch. Not Sybil Danning, the guy, the character. So now I'm just jealous. Fuck you. Eric Brown. Yeah, not the actor, although I don't think he did a good job, but I forget what the hell the character's name was. I really did. Was it Jay? It was something like that. I guess some of the music is just really cheesy sounding. I'm talking about the songs. The acting isn't great by the lead. Sybil Danning and Andrew Prine do a bit better than him. Not a whole lot happens in the first half, and then listen, I like 80s slashers, believe it or not. Now, that doesn't mean I love all of them, because there's a lot of bad ones. But when it works, it can be very fun. My Bloody Valentine, I love. Terror Train, I really enjoy. I don't mind Madman for what it is. I don't mind The Mutilator for what it is. I like The Burning for what it is. I like most of the Friday the 13th, most of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. Halloween, well, that's 70s, but Halloween 2, Halloween 4. So there's a chunk, Silent Madness I liked. So there's some I do like. The Final Terror I liked for the cast and the photography. But are they, again, then doesn't mean I love all of them 10 out of 10. So if you need to see every 80s film that has somewhat of a slash element, or if you need to see Sybil Danning's titties, which not a bad thing, there's this. But again, I would never see this film again. I thought the first half was very boring, and the second half was just a lousy slasher film. And yeah, it's just that I didn't, because of the way it's advertised, I didn't see that's where it was going. So that little bit of surprise, I think, almost wants me to give this film more merit than it deserves on that front, where I didn't see that coming. But now that you know, you won't have that problem. So I don't know. I mean, again, some people may get like the 80s charm. Again, there are movies I like. I've repeated that before. There's plenty of 80s films that I enjoy because it has that feel and charm to it. I get that. There was that one I saw, I forgot what the hell it was, Secret Admirer, I think. C. Thomas Howell, that I kind of enjoyed because of that. So I get that. But, yeah, like I said, would I say I was a fan of this? No. But maybe you will be. Who knows? We all have different tastes. So that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.